And as we engage, we just open our hearts and surrender and submit ourselves before the perfect and loving Creator that is our God. And through the holy protection, guidance, and wisdom that is offered through Yeshua, and the life-giving breath that resides within us. Amun sol otoro kondirivish lekavun, orochot visili yamdakuni yavesh bakia taravas masavia. And in this week, I'm just led to just kind of begin to pray and just see what comes forth in a meditative prayer. To just allow for God's presence to renew and strengthen each and every one of us. So those of you who are new to the recordings, or those of you who are then new to the call, please open your heart and just listen for God's Spirit within you. Just allow for the divine grace of God's Spirit to reach deep within your heart and rise up and quiet your mind. Yarvionio comiega sunyevundru, oliamandro corapus unyevusu. Avanyireo shomyo korabahamandoreheshna. Uvrieli emetru comie. Avun labahamundre kilibeshnunian. Olievere hamundro kuisu. Amun levahamun terekore di dihlamun, ora kushat frius masumye, vanyele hol miesumye, urieli emetrakamun. Allow yourself 3 gentle breaths into God's presence, breathing deep. Yahweh's presence is first that we submit to. Exhaling, we release all thoughts of the day. We breathe deep. Yeshua, the holy evidence of our God and Creator, we ask you to tukumbria kalamu turukiria Sicilia den rukuro hoshotor hamotori abru turivis mesibi andravahmunu. And we breathe deep. Havlan lakma avan yogo shovu. Ogni mero motor corra basunye, romnyer conri viscerio, fumnire conre visciorio. As we breathe and meditate upon God's presence, I would ask if that we would each embrace the courage to release anything that does not reflect the nature of God. Breathing deep. Yeshua ol miracolo toturi ramaya pro missiliete to kamun or rock to the abres sieri katandur koyimnut abres spicili vendra hama. We witness so much upon this earth that is so obviously not of God's Spirit that it is easy to dismiss it. But what about the simple and subtle things that we experience each and every day? Those things that are hidden in the background, those things that are just outside of integrity. We breathe. The little justifications we formed within our minds that have grown to become massive justifications to support and sustain war in the name of religion, in the name of personal belief, when embracing the spirit of war is the very thing that separates us from God and does not align us with the nature of divine presence? Do we have the courage to release our allegiances into that ground? We breathe deep. Do we embrace simple subtleties throughout our day that we find ourselves in the midst of that do not align with the nature of God, and then slowly convince ourselves that we're still righteous in our standing before a loving God by our own desire or our own power, instead of understanding that God makes us righteous by grace, so that in each breath we can turn from these things, move into a new direction, even if by 1 degree back into the state of blessing, away from things that do not reflect the nature of God. We breathe as one. Havlan lakiamo sunye oromos sunye rekyosu. Amun alevioshonye baban rirokorosu. Rome shonye rekavru sasuyenuro. Urielia metro coranum. Have we become so deeply immersed within religious understanding and thought that we have lost sight of the fact that God is so close, so near, so specifically within us that every single breath we receive rises and emerges from the perfect, loving God that has formed and created us, manifested the nature of his being, that he might realize the nature of his design through every breath, thought, word, and action we encounter. The omnipresence of God is exactly as it says, limitless. We breathe, opening to the vast nature of our God and Creator. Are we faced with trials of the day, financial need, physical infirmity, any form of sickness or dis-ease within the body? We breathe and welcome God into these places, whether it be places of the thoughts or physicality of our bodies, or extending beyond our bodies into the nature of finance or abundance. We breathe, Yahweh. We exhale in absolute trust. We breathe, Yeshua. We exhale in the oneness of that which is God. Abum. We breathe. Havlan lakma alam. Boyen yevo sulyet unriveshnavun rovu. Ure mikro korochon rekabrun. Avrachon revashon yevesum. Ora makondora kili besnom. Uriet smile undroko. We embrace. La tondala hamuka briona susiri kotarabashma. We embrace the purity that is God's Spirit within us. In each breath, we are freed from all generational ties, all earthly experiences. We breathe in to draw upon the perfect and holy wisdom that preceded all things of creation, that which is God within us. We breathe. Havlana kamalio sanyola kamun toro horsu. Vonire shondri ramuro koro, porra hondri vesis nirien. Vanyele petura kamuntor korien. Ure shondri klemia kuro. Havlana la kamutora kondala kamuta hondri kai burus sustiri ondra la kamun. To grow through us this moment that is God's presence within us. The awareness and recognition of that which we have set aside within our lives when we've become so wrapped up in this human walk that we forget that we are connected to the one most powerful being within all creation. For we are one with the Spirit of that which is God, through the gift and power and presence that is Yeshua, and the life-giving breath that resides within us. We breathe, all concerns fall away. Yahweh, we embrace your presence through holy discernment, freed from all judgment. And I would say at this moment, what is the difference between discernment and judgment? You will find that if you dwell within the ground of judgment, you will find that anything you witness that is not of God, you will begin to react to in such an emotional way that you will form either anger, righteousness, or some form of emotional response to what is rising before you. In discernment, you will react differently. You will breathe and draw upon God's presence for all that rises in front of you, and know that you are being gifted revelation to bring prayer and love to that moment and situation, to embrace God's presence over what you witness with your eyes, and allow for God's presence to pervade and overtake you, and to bring change into the situation you witness. Through judgment, you will hold it bound here, and it will continue to sustain. Through discernment, you will move to a place of peaceful awareness, breathing deep. Yahweh. Exhaling in absolute trust that it is Yahweh's Spirit that receives all things that we have known or witnessed in these days past that are not of His Spirit. We are blessed. We are filled to overflowing with God's presence. Peace as we breathe deep in Yeshua. Exhaling as we are empowered to move forth, to engage the life-giving breath, the Abun within us, to reflect God's glory by embracing the holy attributes of our divine living God. We are one without limitation. We are whole. We are complete. Amun loyo sonyevo sonyo morio ho. 아물로혼요. Please remember that each situation we encounter, God is present with us, for God would not forsake us in anything we encounter throughout our lives. Please let us develop a practiced awareness of what it is to take a moment to breathe deep into the Spirit of God and allow for His holy righteousness to flow through us, that His divine glory would be revealed in each breath as we walk the earth, that others might find and remember God's presence within them as they come in contact with us, that all people might remember and be freed from the subtle justifications we form within our minds that separate us from the one living God and the holy and sanctified gift of that which is Yeshua in our midst and the life-giving breath that flows within us. As we surrender now, we speak again the name that is the triune God, above all things of creation, the very source of all blessing. Yahweh Yedro, Yeshua Yahunyo, Amu, Yahweh Eliendo, Yeshua Yansolio, Amu Nyokorie, Yahweh Nyosolnierekeum, Yeshua Yanorvosum, Amu Nabahondre Fishneya. Amen. I pray that you all have a blessed and holy sleep within the embrace of God, that you will each be gifted in a sevenfold sleep. And again, the sevenfold sleep is that each minute you encounter the depths of sleep named as delta sleep, that you had passed through REM, deep into delta sleep, that for each minute you arrive into that place, that it would be magnified times 7 to the value of your body, and to position you in a deep and holy rest throughout this night. Yahweh, we stand in awe of you, thanksgiving, praise, and worship. And I thank you all for joining us tonight. Have an amazing week and a wonderful holiday, and know that you are loved most dearly, and many of you are drawn into my heart each day as God draws me to places to prayer for people, for many things that they are encountering. I trust and know that God's Spirit will continue to guide us in such a way that it will reveal His glory more and more. Have a wonderful night and a holy week.